Hey guys, this is Baldy Pal with the Android Anthem, and today I'm going to unbox for you the Moto Z Force Droid Edition, built by Motorola, Lenovo, whatever the name they go by these days. But this is the Verizon version, Droid Edition, only available with Verizon before the actual unlocked edition will come out on any other carrier or from the manufacturer. But here it is. Moto Z Force Droid Edition. Let's unbox this puppy and see what's inside. Take a look. Oh, look there, screen face up, so we don't get to take a look at the back. Let's go ahead and get that out of the box. Come on, push up. Wow, it's kind of heavy phone. It wasn't very easy to get out of the box without tipping it over, but there's the phone. Comes in multiple colors. Let's stick it to the side and let's see what's going on the rest of the box, shall we? Well, there's a cutout for the big camera module it's got. Let's take the cardboard out. Okay, we've got some Verizon documentation, SIM card, how to use the phone. Yeah, let's toss that to the side too, stuff nobody ever reads. Oh, this is nice, wasn't expecting that. This is a wooden back plate shell cover right here in the box, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but it connects to the phone with the magnets that are on the back of the phone. There's a metal ball right there in the center of the bottom, probably to help you align it properly on the back of the phone. We'll put that with the phone and we'll come back to that in just a few minutes. Also in the box, what do we got here? Motorola turbocharger fast charging. Yeah. Let's see. I remember now, this is going to have the USB Type-C for fast charging. And it does. USB Type-C. Not your regular old of the meal micro USB. Nope, we're moving along in technology these days. The new USB Type-C. So if you get this phone, you'll need to update all your chargers to fit properly. Turbo Power 30. The brick's the same size as previous Droid phones and the Motorola unlocked Moto X's from previous years. The cord is a bit thicker though. Alright. SIM tool. That's always handy. And an adapter. This, I know what this is. This is an adapter for the fact that the phone does not have a headphone jack. So this is a USB Type-C on one end with a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on the other. That is not what I expected when I heard them say that there was an adapter in the box. I was hoping that this would have been like one piece. Much easier to keep up with. Could have left it on the end of your headphones without losing it. Yes, this might be something that'll be tedious. Let's see how that works. It flips. It goes in either direction. That's what USB Type-C is good for. You don't have to worry about which side is up or which side is down because it fits both ways. And then the headphone jack itself will be, that's about 5 inches hanging off the bottom of the phone, and then you got maybe 2 foot in headphone wiring to worry about, so good luck not losing that part. Alright, let's put this to the side and let's come back to the Moto Z Force Droid Edition. Inside this phone we have a Snapdragon 820 quad core processor. That is your latest and greatest right now, because although the 821 has been talked about, it's not in a phone yet. And then we have a 5.5 inch quad HD 1440 by 2560 AMOLED screen. Now, phone comes shipped with a plastic protector, so let's take a moment and peel it off. There it is, the infinite black sea of a black screen that has not yet been turned on. Plastic to the side. What you'll also notice on this phone is that it has a fingerprint sensor on the bottom. Now, taking a look at this fingerprint sensor, it is square shaped, slightly raised, ever so slightly raised, but it does not push in like a home button on, say, the Samsung Galaxy phones. It does not depress. It is capacitive only. Once you train the phone to read your fingerprint, that's how you would unlock it or use it in all the multiple ways. Here on the bottom we have microphones. They are not speakers, they are microphones. This is the speaker, the only speaker that this phone has, and it is just ever so slightly raised as well. Also on the front we have a, let's see here, that is a 5 megapixel front shooter with a flash on the opposite side. On the very bottom, the USB Type-C charging port, no headphone jack. The left-hand side of the phone, completely blank, nothing there at all. On the top, we have another microphone, we have an antenna bar, and we have the SIM tray. Let's get this SIM tool back out, and let's see what. Oh man, that's a little difficult. Okay, yes, just as I expected, the SIM tray acts as both the SIM and the SD card tray, which will support up to 256 gigabytes. Now this phone hard drive is available in 32 or 64 gigabytes. This one has 32, but the SD card, you can expand that up to 256 gigabytes. Put that back in the right way. There we go. On the right side of the phone, we have 3 buttons. We have power on the bottom, which has a roughed metallic feel to separate itself from the feel of the volume buttons, which is flat and very smooth, up and down, of course. On the back, here's the interesting part with the Moto Z line this year. On the back, we want to pay attention to the pins at the bottom. These are 16 magnetic pins used to hold the modular attachments, if you will, that you can buy separately. Now, in this case, the shell case came with, the shell plate came with the phone, and we'll put that on in just a second. But they also have other modular attachments like projectors, extended batteries, cameras, cases, things of that nature, speakers. All now they use the pins to attach and to sync instantly so that they work without having to turn off the phone, which is wonderful. And if you remember the LG G5, you have to pop the bottom off, take the battery out, put the new one on, put the battery in the new part, and slide it back in, all in which you have to turn off the phone first. So let's pay attention to the top. This is the camera module, which is a 21 megapixel camera and has optical image stabilization. Not many Motorola phones have OIS, so we're going to take that into consideration when we're doing our review. You have a dual flash at the bottom of it, and it looks a lot like, many people have said that it looks a lot like the Moto 360. It does protrude a good bit off the back of that phone. Very nice. So let's put this to the side. Let's look at this case, shell real quick. Comes with a plastic protector on the back of it. Remove your Style Shell Moto Mod when using a case that covers the back of the phone. Okay, so if you buy another case, this one comes off first. Take that plastic off. That's all plastic. This, it looks like a wood finish. It feels like a wood finish, and I'll confirm whether or not that's actual wood. But to put it on the phone, you should be able to just let it magnetically adhere itself. Yep, it snaps right into spot. And to get it off, get your nail up underneath it and pull from the top. And that center hole right there is where that metal bead lines up everything. Boom. Doesn't shake off, doesn't rattle. Well, actually it does, listen. Alright, so there we have it. The Moto Z Force Droid, 4 GB of RAM, network connectivity to Verizon only for the Droid edition, but unlocked version will have everything you need to take it to any carrier in the US. It also has Shatter Shield, which is a screen, plastic screen, if you will. It feels and sounds plasticky, just like the Droid Turbo 2 from last year. Has all your Wi-Fi-ness needed, all your Bluetooth that's needed. The colors are black and gray, black and gold, black and rose gold, or white on silver. But all in all, it's going to cost you around $624 for this phone, unless you make some payment plans. So you can make that decision based on your own budget. $624. That's how much the Droid Turbo 2 was last year. I decided to buy it. I like it. I'm kind of upset that makes rattling noises like that. But we'll take a look at that closer. Inside, 3,500 milliamp hour battery. I'll take a look at that. When you put the Style Shell on, the camera no longer protrudes off the back of the phone. Okay, that's good. What else can we say about this other than the fact that it runs Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow? Well, Motorola or Lenovo finally got 6.0.1 on a phone. That's good. And we talked about the cameras, 21 megapixel. We talked about the processor, and we talked about the RAM. So that's it. That's the unboxing. Let's turn it on and come back to the Android Anthem to read the full review in just a few weeks. Let me know what you want to know about this phone. Drop some comments, drop a question. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I'll make plenty more.